Pride, an incomparable feeling, like the warmth of a mountain landscape, the diversity of an oriental market, like endless emotions of a great celebration, and like a garden with a myriad of fragrances. Pride, with a capital P, is made up of thousands of small occasions to be proud of.
Очень много красивых мест.
Горы самые лучшие.
Такой природы нет нигде.
В Алмате каждый день как праздник.
Это мой дом, это моя родина.
Наши прадеды трудились на этой земле. Наши дети растут, достигают вершин успеха. Как не любить такую страну?
For 5 years now, Kazakhstan has one more reason to be proud of: the Tour of Almaty cycling competition.
There is no other races comparable to this in this region.
Город Алмата стала спортивным центром нашей страны. Уникальный город подходит по климату, по рельефу.
In 2017, the Tour of Almaty has made a huge step forward in scope, status and complexity of the competition.
Подобного рода гонка проходит в Казахстане впервые.
That will be quite a stressful race, a trial.
20 teams from 17 countries took on the challenge and flew over to Kazakhstan to compete for 4 championship jerseys and the main prize.
Город Алматы пятый раз принимает у себя международные профессиональные велогонки.
USA, Japan, Malaysia, Colombia, Iran, France, Italy and a dozen other countries have nominated their athletes for these competitions. For many, participating here is already a must in their sports calendar.
It's a good this race I make 3 times. Good teams are here. It's also a bit of prestige.
I'm very happy to come back here again.
مسابقه خوبی هم برگزار میکنه تور آلماتی.
Пятый юбилейный международную велогонку Almaty Tour объявляю открытой. Ахмед.
Everything will begin very soon. But for now, the athletes, organizers and the fans are enjoying this great occasion, which will last for several days thanks to the Tour of Almaty. Morning, 24 hours before the start. Hard work for the participants has already begun. Some are near their bicycles at the base, some are warming up out on the streets, and some have already begun practice runs.
This race very hard for me. 3 months ago, I'm prepared is for the good result in Almaty race.
1ヶ月前から練習してきました。チームで合宿をしました。
یه پرواز 1 ساعته بعد یه پرواز 4 ساعته.
The talk of the day yesterday evening and for the most part of this morning is mainly about the competition and the chances of each team to win.
Team from Italy, from France.
Everyone here is all the strong teams, so we can expect that all will be very strong riders.
Это гонка первой категории. Все очень сильная команда.
Still, the main attention is focused on the Astana team. And it's not surprising.
I think that Kazakhstan now it is the cycling country.
Astana Pro team, not easy to compete with them.
It's a pleasure to ride with the Pro Tour rider.
The team leader Alexey Lutsenko won the 3 previous tours of Almaty and does not intend to stop there.
His form is brilliant, absolutely. He was top 10 in the world.
Именно в этом году уже у меня больше 80 стартов. Мне удалось поехать 2 гранд-тура. Настрой такой боевой.
Jakob Fuglsang is the second leader of the team, and by the way, he specializes in mountain stages, which is quite relevant for this tour.
Парень такой простой на самом деле, несмотря на то, что у него такие результаты.
They're all good guys and we have fun together on the road, so it's good.
From the first look you take at the Kazakhs training, you see straight away that these athletes work like a perfect mechanism. For them, the team is more than just a team.
Мы одна семья, Велоспорт – это командный вид спорта. Одному трудно тут добиться результата, всегда должна быть команда вместе, рядом.
Tonight the city is again filled with festive atmosphere, but the athletes will go to bed early today. After all, the stakes tomorrow are too high. Tour of Almaty 2017. Day 1. All services are in full readiness. But from the very start it becomes clear that the race will be more intense than anyone had expected. The city is being covered by a cyclone. It's getting very cold. The streets are flooded with rain, turning into wet snow at times. Such conditions can't be called other than extreme.
It's an ultimate test for a pro.
Each of these athletes is ready to give their 100%. But it's very important to carefully measure your strength and not to lose all your energy ahead of time, especially when the weather makes its own adjustments.
Самая большая сложность – это мокрая дорога.
Quise sacar comida y era muy difícil por el frío que sentía en mis manos.
The route of the first day passes directly through Almaty, through the most significant parts of the city.
Это исторический город, историческая столица нашей Родины, поэтому мы сделали такой маршрут.
Mostly that course gave a lot of space for attacks and counterattacks. It was not only fast, but it was active.
You could see more defensive and offensive strategies, so it's more interesting stage race.
The organizers are trying to dynamically block the roads for the first time in the history of Kazakhstan. If last year the whole city center was paralyzed for almost 16 hours, today each separate section is closed for only 40 minutes. Such a task requires top event management skills.
Мы не побоялись. Наша команда любит вызовы, любит новые сложности.
Good cooperation from the police. The security was good. There was no car at all.
It became clear closer to the finish line how seriously set to win all the athletes were, when the gap between the participants was still minimal.
Было очень тяжело на этом кругу.
Каждый хочет выиграть, поэтому это радует, что есть конкуренция. Все же в равных условиях.
The intrigue lasted until the last minutes of the race. And Alexey Lutsenko had to literally snatch the victory from his rivals. Alexey Lutsenko, first place in the first stage. And the organizers had to work hard to determine the rest of results, because the drivers finished literally shoulder to shoulder.
A lot of people coming together. A lot of people are still their chance to win.
The participants are noticeably tired, but no one's stuck on this stage. Everyone is already thinking about the future, tomorrow.
Завтра еще тяжелый день. Я думаю, нам предстоит еще много работы.
In the meantime, the winners of the first day climb up the pedestal in order to enjoy the pride of the hard work done. The undisputed leader of the day is Astana team, Kazakhstan. The competition table can change soon. In the meantime, it's time for a good rest. While the athletes are recovering after the first test, Almaty tonight is filled with amateur cyclists. In the recent years, two wheels and a saddle have become a popular kind of transport and a favorite hobby for countless Kazakhs. This trend finds unconditional support at the very top.
Поэтому президент уделяет большое внимание спорту, но это одна из важных стратегий.
Аким города Алматы сам ездит на велике.
В этом году мы открыли более 60 километров велодорожек.
Today, Almaty residents, for only a moment though, can also feel themselves as participants in large competitions. The organizers suggested that they try themselves. Dozens responded with the excitement and dedication of those participating in the Grand Tours. The Tour of Almaty 2017, Day 2. Today, the one climbing up to the pedestal today will literally be the one who gets to the top of the mountain first. The final segment of the stage was laid on Metel. This picturesque mountain, the pride and joy of the locals. And for the athletes, this will be a really tough test.
Финишная медаль – это 11 километров именно в гору.
I would call it the first category climb.
Today, the so-called mountaineers, riders who specialize in steep ascents, come to the forefront. For the Astana Pro team, it's definitely Jakob Fuglsang. However, all the teams are set to win. And after yesterday's dance finish, there are chances for everyone for sure.
I'm looking forward for this stage.
У каждой команды свои лидеры, все хотят выиграть.
Всегда нужно настраиваться на тяжелую гонку, и никогда не бывает таких легких побед.
Each athlete leaves an autograph before the start and thus inscribes himself in the history of the Tour of Almaty. But there will only be one winner. And even though everyone will do everything in their power, only the strongest will win.
Astanaが強いと思います。Soll die Beste gewinnen.
Пусть победит сильнейший.
The city is filled with racers again. Today, it's especially important to distribute your energy correctly and not to squander your forces ahead of time. Otherwise, the final ascent may simply not happen the way you planned. So everyone is taking their time. Races go by like an undivided unit, tearing through endless kilometers like a stormy river. Along the road, racers are welcomed by thousands and thousands of fans. They are not sparing themselves one beat just to give the athletes a piece of their energy. For them, the riders are for sure none less than heroes.
Болеем за нашу команду, за Astana Pro Team.
Мне кажется, у них просто огромная выдержка и сила воли.
Пусть у них будет, как говорится, открытая дорога.
Все отрывы нейтрализованы. Вот тот самый момент, менее чем за 10 километров до финишной черты, когда впереди уже никого не осталось.
The fans out on the streets are joined by millions of viewers around the world. The competition is live on Eurosport, broadcasted in 22 languages all around the world. And now that 120 exhausting kilometers are behind, and ahead of us is that very moment of truth, for the sake of which the participants from all over the world came here, the ascent to Meteor. They admired it. They prepared for it, they were waiting for it, and it didn't disappoint.
Гора очень хорошая, местами резко.
Дуже важко було, важкий рельєф, конкуренція велика і самочувствие теж дуже важке.
At the beginning of the climb, you saw that a lot of riders are lost, and the best trains are going on.
The lead changes for a bit, but some simply don't have enough strength for the whole climb. The muscles give up on many, and athletes irrevocably lag behind. And at some point, the main confrontation unfolds between two Kazakh teams, Astana team and the national team of Kazakhstan. And yet the participants of Astana Pro team are ahead, the long-awaited finish. Not everyone today will get to the cherished pedestal, but this is the very case when a successful completion of the race itself can be considered a victory. This route of the Tour of Almaty is truly uneasy. The results of the second day and the whole tour becomes something for everyone to be proud of. The winner today is Jakob Fuglsang.
I'm super happy. The team did an amazing job today, everybody.
In the overall standings, Alexey Lutsenko is the winner for the fourth time in the history of the Tour of Almaty. The best team of the tour is Astana team.
Команда сегодня работала на все там 100%. Ребята вообще отработали, молодцы.
Round of applause, music, champagne.
Казахстан в последнее время становится спортивной державой. С таким потенциалом в ближайшем будущем, я думаю, мы с уверенностью станем спортивной державой в мире.
Pride for your country consists of 1,000 small reasons. From pride for the work done, for the result achieved, the pride of the host for the hospitality, and the pride of the guests for the host, the pride of the athletes for their fans, and the pride of the fans for their idols. All this is woven into a great celebration that will forever go down in the history of Almaty, in the history of Kazakhstan, and will become the reason for pride with the capital P in the future.
Как один кулак мы объединились все, чтобы показать хорошую, красивую работу.
Мы старались, самое главное, сделать удобно для участников гонки.
Really nice competition and great organization.
Yeah, it's majestic, it's really impressive.
Pride gives great strength, fills with energy, ignites a certain spark, so important to fulfill the greatest of plans.
Я горжусь очень, что в нашей стране проводится такая гонка.
Я бы хотел, чтобы именно вот домашняя гонка казахстанская дошла до мирового уровня World Tour.
I think we can do a bigger race.
Мы стараемся, мы растем, и мы хотим идти дальше.
Задача только вперед.
The next tour of Almaty is a must. It will be even bigger, more prominent and exhilarating. There will be new victories, great deeds and new accomplishments, and new reasons to be proud.